No need to enact Anti-Racism or Anti-Discrimination Act. Security companies will have license revoked for hiring undocumented foreigners. Hello and good evening. I'm Mohana Priya. Welcome to News on 2. Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak today stressed that there is no need to enact any Anti-Racism or Anti-Discrimination Act as the unity in the country is still under control. In a written reply to Segambut MP Lim Lip Eng at the Dewan Rakyat, Datuk Sri Najib said unity should be fostered through education and not by law enforcement. Moreover, Datuk Sri Najib said the unity level in the country was still at a good level and there was no compelling need for any unity measures. He said the government has also outlined 5 measures to encourage unity and create a Malaysian identity. The measures, among others, state that one should hold firm to the federal constitution and the 5 tenets under the Rukun Negara. The people were also encouraged to interact and foster an understanding with others of different racial backgrounds, be it at the workplace, at home, at learning institutions, or other places. The Premier also urged the people to convince politicians and others in the community to avoid politicizing any matters related to religion or ethnicity. Any security company that hires foreign workers with forged passports or without documents and are involved in criminal activities will have their license revoked effective immediately without prior warning. According to Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, the action is a measure to curb terrorist infiltration through foreigners working as security guards in Malaysia.
KDN juga amat bertegas. Mana-mana syarikat yang mengambil pekerja-pekerja tanpa dokumen, artinya bukan warga negara atau mempunyai dokumen palsu atau ada unsur-unsur yang mempunyai elemen jenayah apatah lagi dalam soal keselamatan, maka syarikat itu akan terbatal tanpa adanya amaran akhir. Datuk Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid was replying to a question from Paya Besar Member of Parliament Datuk Manan Ismail following the arrest of 7 followers of the Abu Sayyaf group who had worked as security guards. Datuk Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid, who is also the Home Minister, added all enforcement agencies, particularly those bordering the Philippines, have been ordered to increase security. Meanwhile, the ministry is also working closely with the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission to detect and disseminate information on the activities of the Daesh groups in the country. On the cancellation of the Oktoberfest Beer Festival made after authorities received information on a planned attack against the event by a certain group, Datuk Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid said police have so far arrested 3 individuals over the terror plot. He added that police are currently conducting a thorough investigation into the case. Kita ketahui bahawa pihak polis telah menahan 3 orang yang merancang untuk melakukan serangan terhadap pesta berkenaan. Dan maklumat-maklumat yang lain sedang kita kumpulkan dan pihak polis telah mengenal pasti individu-individu berkenaan. Oleh sebab itu, Ketua Polis Negara telah memberikan amaran lebih awal supaya dibatalkan pesta berkenaan.
A total of 293 cases have been filed at the Special Court for Sexual Crimes Against Children since the court's establishment on June 22nd this year. According to Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Datuk Sri Azalina Othman Said, out of the cases filed, 248 or 84% of them had been disposed of. Datuk Sri Azalina noted that a special infrastructure in the court, such as court recording transcription system, an audiovisual system and a children's witness room had helped to expedite proceedings effectively. This was in line with the Chief Registrar's ruling that criminal cases in lower courts must be concluded within 12 months.
Berhormat Perdana Menteri menyatakan bahawa dengan adanya Mahkamah Jenayah Seksual Terhadap Kanak-kanak ini, pihak pendakwaan, pihak mahkamah dan pihak peguam dapat bekerjasama untuk memastikan kes kesalahan jenayah seksual terhadap kanak-kanak dijalankan tanpa apa-apa penangguhan.
She added that currently the special court located in Putrajaya will hear sexual crime cases against children in Shah Alam, Petaling Jaya, as well as in the federal territories of Kuala Lumpur and Putrajaya. The Cabinet had on September 27th agreed to expand the court nationwide, which will begin in Sarawak, Selangor and Johor based on case statistics. Health Minister Datuk Sri Dr. S. Subramaniam told the Dewan Rakyat today that his ministry is always working to ensure that private hospitals nationwide deliver the best services.
Kementerian seberapa bolehnya cuba untuk menentukan bahawa mutu perkhidmatan kesihatan ini terjaga di dalam hospital swasta. Kalau ada aduan dan yang diberi, memang kita akan melantikkan jawatan kuasa siasatan yang akan menjalankan siasatan mengikut tata cara yang telah ditetapkan. Terima kasih.
Datuk Sri Dr. S. Subramaniam also noted that the Ministry and the Malaysian Medical Council were constantly monitoring medical practitioners in the country. Now, the construction of the Pengerang Integrated Complex PIC is about 77% complete as of September this year, and most of the facilities of the complex that are nearing completion involves 8 of 25 critical infrastructures that are scheduled to be fully operational by 2019. Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak said the infrastructures are vital to the operation of the refinery plant and auxiliary facilities at the complex. Datuk Sri Najib added that 2 out of 6 auxiliary facilities, namely the regasification terminal and the cogeneration plant, are undergoing commissioning process ahead of its planned start-up soon.
Kemudahan yang berkapasiti 3.5 juta tan setahun ini juga bukan sahaja membekalkan gas kepada kemudahan-kemudahan lain di PIC, malah juga kepada saluran gas, penggunaan gas Semenanjung yang membekalkan gas ke seluruh Semenanjung.
The text of Datuk Sri Najib's speech was read by Johor Menteri Besar Datuk Muhammad Khalid Nordin during the launch of the PIC, the regasification terminal and the cogeneration plant in Pengerang. Now, the selection of local talent Captain Izam Ismail to spearhead Malaysia Airlines Berhad MAB will ensure the continuation of the recovery plan of the national carrier. Flight analyst Lathan Francis is confident that Captain Izam is the best candidate for the post of Group Chief Executive Officer CEO of MAB. When asked about Peter Belew's unexpected withdrawal from the group, Francis said that from early on, analysts always expected the post to be eventually be held by a Malaysian. He believed Belew's actions have nothing to do with government interference as speculated.
It's good that Malaysia Airlines has chosen a Malaysian to be the next CEO of the airline, and I think that will help with the continuity of the business. And that was always the plan. Too. Peter Bellew was the CEO that was brought in, but it was always understood that eventually he would need to find a successor, and that successor would most likely be a Malaysian.
Captain Izam, who is currently Chief Executive Officer of MAB, will take over as the Group CEO on December 1st. Peter Bellew, who is on administrative leave, will return and work with the Irish low-cost airline Ryanair on the same date. Captain Izam is the third MAB CEO in the last 3 years. Datuk Rashidi Hasbullah has been appointed Ministry of Tourism and Culture Secretary General effective tomorrow, succeeding Datuk Haji Abdul Ghaffar A. Thambi. According to a statement issued by Chief Secretary to the Government, Tan Sri Dr. Ali Hamza, Datuk Rashidi's appointment was based on his leadership quality, experience and competency in the fields of management and tourism. With more than 26 years of experience in public service, Datuk Rashidi Hasbullah holds a bachelor's degree in food science, nutrition and dietetics from the Mississippi State University and a master's degree in tourism from the Central Michigan University in the United States. Datuk Rashidi had served as manager of the Malaysian Tourism Centre, MATIC, Secretary of the Management Division in the Ministry of Tourism and Culture, as well as Deputy Secretary General of Culture. Sekolah Kurang Murid, SKM, also known as under-enrolled schools, will not be closed without the parents' consent. Education Minister Datuk Sri Madzri Khalid says they will try to reduce the operational expenditure, which costs 2 billion ringgit a year, through the implementation of the SKM Direction Plan. According to Datuk Sri Madzri, the ministry was implementing the SKM Direction Plan by regrading the schools concerned and merging schools which are located within a certain radius.
Sarawak yang minta kalau boleh kita cantumkan sekolah yang berdekatan. Radius 5 km, 4 buah sekolah itu kita cantumkan menjadi 1 buah sekolah dan semua guru daripada situ dikumpulkan dalam satu kawasan, di satu compound sekolah.
As of March 31st last year, the number of under-enrolled schools comprised 2,058 national schools, 578 Chinese national type schools, and 360 Tamil national type schools. 60 additional personnel from the Kedah Immigration Department will be stationed at the Bukit Kayu Hitam Immigration, Customs and Quarantine and Security ICQS complex to ensure smooth passage at the entry and exit points of the complex. The complex will be operational from November 1st, 20 hours daily, before it is fully opened 24 hours in January 2018. Immigration Director General Datuk Sri Mustafa Ali said the department was prepared to handle the movement of commercial vehicles and passengers with upgraded facilities and equipment.
Pada peringkat permulaan ini kita telah mendapat 60 perjawatan. Ya, walaupun masih lagi sebenarnya belum sampai ke 100% keperluan perjawatan itu, tetapi alhamdulillah dengan 60 perjawatan tambahan ini kita dapat menyediakan satu set lagi. Oleh kerana ke arah 24 jam, maka perjawatan itu akan menentukan bahawa penggiliran tugas ataupun shift yang ada, maka kita dapat takbirkan ke arah itu.
He said this after witnessing the corruption-free pledge by the officers and personnel of the Kedah Immigration Department in Alustag, Kedah. Malaysian Muslim Consumers Association PPIM Special Actions Unit Director Mohammad Yusuf Azmi and Unit Chief Ali Salimin claimed trial on 2 charges of criminal trespass and mischief at a private vehicle storage premises near Hulu Langat in July. The charges were read to them before Magistrate Nur Afida Idris at the Kajang Magistrates Court today. For the first charge, the duo were alleged to have committed mischief by cutting the lock of AGR Auto Trade Sendirian Berhad in Sungai Sikamat, Jalan Ceras, Batu 13 at about 3:15 p.m. on July 10th. They were charged under Section 427 of the Penal Code, read together with Section 109 of the same code, which carries maximum 5 years imprisonment or fine or both upon conviction. For the second charge, they were alleged to have committed criminal trespassing at the same place and time. The offence falls under Section 447 of the same code, which carries maximum 3 months imprisonment or fine not less than 3,000 ringgit or both upon conviction. The court set bail at 5,000 ringgit with one surety for both of the activists and fixed November 24th for mention. Now, there was a flurry of activity at Kuala Lumpur International Airport 2 KLIA2 as those involved in the Kim Jong-nam murder trial revisited the scene of the alleged crime, which was caught on CCTV. The site visit marks the 9th day of the trial of Indonesian Siti Aisyah, 25, and Vietnamese Dawn Thi Huong, 28, who are jointly charged together with 4 others still at large of killing Jong-nam, 45, at the KLIA2 departure hall at 9 a.m. on February 13th. The visit followed an application by the defence lawyers to enable them to identify the location of the incident that was shown in the CCTV recording around the airport. The accused, Shah Alam High Court Judge Dato Azmi Arifin, deputy public prosecutors, defence counsels and court officials made 3 trips through the airport, retracing the footage that allegedly depicted the movements of Jong-nam, Siti and Doan on that day. They visited the check-in kiosk in the budget terminal where the 2 women allegedly smeared VX nerve agent onto Jong-nam's face. They also followed the path Jong-nam walked to seek help at the airport clinic and retraced the movement of the 2 women who were seen on security footage rushing to restrooms afterward to wash their hands. The visit ended around 12:30 p.m. and the trial is scheduled to continue tomorrow. A Seremban Sessions Court sentenced a man in his 40s to 5 months in prison after he was found to be hoarding 36 spiders of the Malaysian blue femur species without a license. The accused was sentenced to jail after failing to pay a fine of 50,000 ringgit. According to the case facts, the accused was arrested by members of the Department of Wildlife Enforcement Negeri Sembilan, August 5, 2016, at kilometre 11 of Jalan Bahau Keratong. During his arrest, law enforcers discovered 193 spiders in 42 plastic containers and a laptop in a multi-purpose vehicle. The results of a morphology identification report conducted found that the seized items, there were 36 rare species of the Malaysian blue femur spider that is classified as protected wildlife. The accused, who had been keeping the protected wildlife without a license, was charged under Section 60, subsection 1A of the Wildlife Conservation Act 2010, Act 716. The court had previously sentenced the accused to a maximum fine of 50,000 ringgit on October 20th. Prosecution was conducted by the prosecuting officer from the Negeri Sembilan Wildlife Department. 8 factory workers were killed while 32 others injured in an accident involving 2 buses at kilometre 147 of the North-South Expressway near the Juru Toll Plaza at 6:02 a.m. today. Pulau Pinang Fire and Rescue Department Director Saadun Mokhtar said a team of firemen arrived at the scene at about 6:19 a.m. after receiving a distress call. It is believed that one of the buses had skidded in front of the Malaysia-Japan Technical Institute, causing it to crash into another factory bus which had stopped on the left lane after encountering engine problems. 6 of the victims died at the scene, while 2 others died on the way to the Seberang Jaya Hospital. 7 of them were Indonesian nationals, while the other was a local. The injured victims were sent to the Sungai Bakap and Seberang Jaya hospitals for further treatment. Meanwhile, Seberang Perai Tengah Police Chief ACP Nik Ros Azhan Nik Abdul Hamid said the drivers of the 2 buses have been arrested to assist investigations into the fatal crash. He said police have taken urine and blood samples from the drivers for testing. The case is currently being investigated under Section 41(1) of the Road Transport Act 1987 for causing death by dangerous driving. The armed and dangerous suspect who escaped from Kuching Police Headquarters lockup last night was recaptured at around 1 p.m. today. According to Sarawak Criminal Investigative Department Chief Datuk Dave Kumar, the suspect, Zulkifli Murni, 34, was tracked by police in Simunjan near Kampung Kelka before he was arrested. This marks the second case of a convict escaping custody in Sarawak, as a similar incident happened early this year, also ending in the recapture of the convict. In the incident, the suspect managed to escape from the Kuching Police Headquarters in a car that was waiting outside the station. Dr. Dave Kumar added that the case was solved in less than 24 hours and the suspect was taken to Police Headquarters Lockup Kuching for further action. Kelantan police confirmed the arrest of a 30-year-old man yesterday suspected of threatening his own mother using a knife. The incident stemmed from a spat between the suspect and his mother, who had refused to give him money. According to Kelantan Police Chief Datuk Hasanuddin Hassan, the mother had lodged a police report on the incident as she feared for her own safety and wanted to avoid any untoward incident.
Dan kalau berdasarkan kepada rekod-rekod lama, beliau ni juga adalah penagih dada. Rekod lama dah dia. Jadi dia minta duit dengan mak dia tak nak bagi. Dia marah, so dia menggunakan pisau. Ugut mak dia dengan pisau.
Speaking after officiating a monthly meeting at the Kelantan Police Headquarters in Kota Baru, Datuk Hasanuddin said the suspect is being investigated under Section 506 of the Penal Code. Top story today, security companies will have a license revoked for hiring undocumented foreigners. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon for more updates. Till then, I'm Mohana Priya. Good night and thanks for watching.